Hello, everyone, and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the internet where we take a subject and we go deeper. I hope you all are having yourselves a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Sorry for the delay. My computer has decided to die today, so that was a thing that happened. Hello, I did see Team Skeptic. I was talking to you earlier, and Evan Williams and Micro and NA, and I saw Wooden Toad in there. I saw a bunch of people. Richard, hello, hello. How is everybody? Dan Palladino, how are you? I don't think I've read your name before, so welcome to the stream. Hope you all are having yourselves a wonderful Sunday on this Christmassy Eve day. I don't really celebrate it much, but whatever. It's great. I get a couple of days off, which is very exciting. I do love that part. So yeah, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. We'll move right into things because we're super late. I'll make the show actually last 2 hours, but we are a little bit late today. Sorry. Watch your videos, but first time I've been on the stream. Oh, awesome job. Hello, Aldoon. How are you? Where am I? You are at Longer and Harder, the show where we take a video and we talk about it. Probably not though. I look like I have a what are the Jewish skull cap things? I feel like I have one on and I don't like it. Sorry, just where we get, this is the show where we get derailed. We pick a video, not really watch it, get derailed, talk about whatever it is we want to talk about this week and stuff. It's great. It's fun. We talk about boobs a lot. It's amazing. So yeah, a couple of things. Housekeeping. I just want to move into housekeeping today. My neck hurts. That's a thing. I can't, that's about as far as I can turn that way. And so you'll probably get the joy of having me stare directly at the camera most of the time because I can't actually look around without hurting myself. It's great. Along with that, I do have, if you haven't seen it yet, because I put a quick little YouTube post, I do have a video all done and ready, a quickie. It's all done and ready to go. It's all uploaded. Said as soon as the show is done, so as soon as this show is done, there'll be a quickie. I did have a little bit of help from Geo Strebber and microbloganism for it, so it's a fun little video. I like it. It'll be great. But that'll come out as soon as this is done. As soon as the show is done, we'll have that. And then what else do we need for housekeeping? This is the season finale. In case you haven't read the title of the video or the whatever. It's just the end of the year, so I figured I'd make it a season finale. There's nothing really special about it besides the fact that it's the end of the year, and then we won't have a show for 2 weeks is the other kind of special thing, I guess, about it. So yeah, this will be the last show in 2018 when I won't have another show probably until the 12th or 13th of January, I'm thinking, because I leave next Friday on vacation, and then I'm going to be gone till the 9th. At least I'm going to be out of the country until the 9th, so after I get back, if I have the energy to do a Longer and Harder, we'll do one that weekend. But this will be kind of it for a little while. Will we find out that you are a Cylon? Ooh, that would be an interesting one. I never watched Battlestar Galactica. I know the reference of Battlestar Galactica, but I never watched it. Is Battlestar Galactica any good? I know people really like it, but I've never seen it, so it's not a thing. So yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah, it'll be a bit of a change, a little bit of a break on things. It doesn't just mean that I'm gonna be gone off of YouTube. I'm gonna be in Mexico, and I have access to internet. It's just not as readily as I do in the States because I don't have my phone and stuff. And I'm not taking my laptop or anything. So I'm gonna be gone from all internet stuff probably for a couple of weeks. So if you follow me on Twitter, if you are on the Discord and you want to say something, I'm not gonna respond. That's just how that's gonna work. I'm gonna be on vacation. So yeah. The original was awesome. The new one sucks. Oh, sorry to hear that. Maybe one of these days. The remake was awesome until the very last episode. The very last. I'm assuming that's last. I'm gonna have to try Battlestar Galactica one of these days. I don't know. I like sci-fi shows for the most part, so I'd like to give them a little bit of a try. That'd be fun. So many good shows on to watch though that I don't have the time for everything. So yeah. What else is there on housekeeping? There were still, so while I'm gone, there were still going to be 2 videos released. The 2 weeks that I'm gone, or the 2 weekends that I'm gone, I should say. There'll still be a video released on each weekend. I mostly have them. I have one's done because it's not by me, and it's by someone who's far more responsible than I am. It will be uploaded while I'm on vacation, and then the other one is the next debate video, which I should get done tomorrow because I have the day off tomorrow, so I have plenty of time. Have you already watched Westworld? I have not already watched Westworld. I hear a lot of good things about it. That's the Michael Crichton one, right? Like I seen the older movie. I think it's like a 80s movie. Like there's a Westworld 80s movie. I think it's an 80s movie. I've seen that. Which I'm pretty sure it's not what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the new Westworld, which is I think on like an HBO or whatever, Stars, or one of those channels. I don't have cable, so I don't really watch TV very often. But I have heard good things about it, so maybe one of these days I'll give it a try. What about Eastworld? What? 70s? It was a really fun 70s. Who are the anime characters? Oh, these are just my housekeepers. I drew the one on the left, and Wooden Toad drew the one on the right. So they're just housekeeping. They're my housekeeping characters. I don't know. It's just got made, and then they hang around. That happens a lot in this show. Things get made, they hang around for a while. Last bit of housekeeping before we pick a video, or sorry, before we do Be Our Week and pick a video. As you'll notice, I finally fixed the wrong hand. This hand. The goal for the new computer. And we're up to $938, which is awesome. We had a YouTube payday happened like a couple of days ago. So, yeah, thank you. And so I want to thank everybody who supports the channel. For those of you who support monetarily with donations, and my wonderful, wonderful patrons, which I love you all so much. You're all so great. As well as those of you who just show up and watch and share and just hang around. Your support is amazing, and you keep this channel doing the thing that this channel does, which is not talk about things that we're supposed to talk about, not watch videos. So thank you all, and each and every one of you. You are all amazing for helping support the channel. I really do appreciate it. Sorry for the lagginess. I don't know, my computer. I looks like I'm getting like 0.9 frames per second. I don't know what is going on. My computer is just decided to die. I don't know what to do to not make it die anymore, but it's just decided to die. Hopefully it'll stop undying soon and we'll be fine. So all right, with that said, I think that's about it for housekeeping. Yes, I think that is it. We can move on to our beer of the week. Beer of the week is called Brunette. It's a nut brown ale by Nebraska Brewing Company in Omaha, Nebraska. So right here in town, from me. It says a lot of things on the can. Let me see if I can grab. I actually kept the can because, oh, thank you, NA. That is, I blame your cats. I always blame my cats. Sexy beer ladies always make for the best cans. If there's a sexy beer lady on it, chances are I'm gonna buy that. There you go. Thank you very much, NA. Always appreciated. Your support is always welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friend. Hope you enjoy your boobs. Is that microphone or an oxygen machine? It is a microphone. It's just my Blue Yeti with my handmade pop filter. Because I'm like, I could be professional and buy a pop filter, but they're ridiculously expensive. They're like $50 even for a cheap one. And this is like, it's one of those embroidery rings with a pantyhose and some like 14 gauge wire to hold it all together. It's great. It's great. I love it. It's super crazy. Okay. Texo was R&D, so don't worry. Yeah. Okay, so Brunette, the can says, description says, our version of the classic English-style brown ale exudes rich aromatics from the beautiful blended malts and breaks to my nut-like and toasted bread aspects in this excellent session. I don't know what the session ale is, but it's a session ale. Embrace the flavor. This can is actually super, and I wanted to keep the can around. I don't usually do this, but the can is super weird. Like, it's not it's like an aluminum can, but it's like the whole top of it came off when I opened it. I think that was by design. I don't think that was by mistake. The whole top went open, which I don't know how you're supposed to drink it like that, but I don't know. So that's a thing. It is a beautiful, beautiful brown ale. Look at it's not the nice dark stuff that I usually like, but it's nice and brown. I love it. It smells delicious. Smells better than it tastes. I'll say that much. It definitely smells better than it tastes. It's a little. It's not as smooth as I thought it would be. It's a little bitter. Nebraska Brewing Company. You've disappointed me a tad bit. I was a little bit more hopeful. You smelled better. You definitely do have like those bready aromatics. I can taste that. Sorry, I can smell that. The taste of it, on the other hand, is just not quite there. It's a little bit bitter. And that's all you can really taste is bitter, but not in the like IPA bitter, more in like the like there's a subtle bitterness to the bottom of it, and you can't really taste anything else. That's a little disappointing. Nope, not a fan. Oh well. Well, now I have 5 more of those to go through. That's disappointing. At 4.7 alcohol, I guess they're super light to drink. It's disappointing. Oh well, they can't all be winners, I suppose. Ascension beers are low alcohol beers that are flavored in a way so you can drink them over a long session. Is that what it's called? Okay, well, these are not flavored in a way that I want to drink it over a long session. It's all I taste is bitter, and it's not very good. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't like it. I am a little disappointed by it. What can we do about it? Nothing. We're gonna suck it up and drink it. All right. This week we have. That was another thing I was gonna say, but I think I've said it last week, but I'll repeat it again this week. Is after this week, I'm going to delete all of the videos on this on our video menu, and we're gonna start with a brand new video for next week. Or for the next, not for next week, because I won't be here next week. For the next time, we'll start with a whole new list of all sorts of things, just because some of these have been up here for a very long time. I think that Jonathan Miller one has been here like all year long, and no one's voted for it, which is fine. You don't have to vote for it. I'm just saying, we're going to start with something else. Coffee and Irish cream. I do like the coffee and bourbon idea. That's a good idea. I might break out the whiskey, because this is like horribly disappointing. All right, so we have with us today the Not Cloning by Jonathan Miller, Veganism Almost Killed Me by Daphne Reloaded, Crunchyroll Full SJW by Yellow Flash, Gravitational Genius by UAP, Flat Earth Warning by World History Official, Flat Earth International Conference 2018 by Marty Leeds, and 5G something, I don't remember the rest of the title, by The Bloody Truth. And I did check, and it is a video by The Bloody Truth. Unlike the last time that we voted for The Bloody Truth, it ended up being Flat Earth Man singing, which was a very long, it was a very long day for us. I'm not sure I can handle that one again. So yeah, here's the link. I'm gonna send it one more time again. Vote using that link for me so that I can keep track of things. And we'll see what video we get. I'm not sure if I have any hopefuls today. I always like making videos or talking about Marty Leeds because Marty watches my videos. And Marty, I invited you. No, I didn't invite you. I told you the next time you're in Denver and where I'm in Denver at the same time, we can go get a drink. I think that'd be hilarious. It'd be awesome. I'd like to get to know you. Cheap tequila though. Ooh, I still gotta go to the tequila bar that I found last week. Maybe that'll be something. God, look at all those like 2 frames per second. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what is going on. What's making my computer go so slow today? Oh well. Wow. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Let's see. Chose 6. Oh goodness. Let's see. How are we doing on our poll today? Results. Number 5 is winning by a single vote. Flat Earth Warning by World History Official. And I think in this video, World History Official is using either her genuine voice or a better robot voice. The fact that I can't tell which is probably very telling, but I think it's the actual person's voice. instead of the usual robot voice that we have become rather accustomed to. So that's always interesting to see. But it looks like number 5 is gaining, so probably gonna end up with number 5 here pretty soon, which is World History Official. That's gonna be fun. It's a Mac. That's what. Yeah, it's an old Mac. It's 2009, 2000. Yeah, I think it's a 2009 Mac. 2009, 2010. So it's like 8, 9 years old. It's so and everyone gives me a hard time about this, but I've had this computer for 8, 9 years, and it actually holds up really well when I'm not trying to stream things. Like, as far as like video editing goes, as far as doing regular internet stuff, watching movies, most of the things that I like to do on it work pretty well. It's just that now when I'm trying to stream, it's not doing the best. I know Sean is gonna be live. Sean Hufford. There's a schedule. We made a schedule for a reason. Don't know why I bother. Don't know why I bother. Okay. Check on our status here real quick. And it looks like World History Official is going to win. So let's get that video all ready to go here. This has got a funny little title. Sorry if you heard the little shh there. It's like part of her there's some last minute votes, but they're not really making a difference because you all are voting for 6. That's not making too much of a difference this time around. So, there we go. Perfect. The whole name of the video is called Flat Earth Warning with a 4 and a 1. Because reasons, right? The elite's brand new strategy to fool the world. Ooh. What are we guessing the new strategy is gonna be? I get the feeling it's gonna be the old strategy, whatever the old strategy is, which is to lie or whatever. I get a feeling this isn't gonna be a whole lot of much. I've always loved Kabu Wabu. What's Kabu Wabu? That's a thing I've never heard of. That's the problem with Macs. They cost a lot and aren't good at upgrades. They aren't good at upgrades. I can still upgrade this one. I think I have 8 gigs of RAM, and I could upgrade it up to 16 if I wanted to, and I could obviously upgrade the hard drive. And I think this one's still a hard drive. I don't think this is an SSD. I don't think, yeah, because SSD were still a little pricey when I bought this one, so it's a hard drive, not an SSD. I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember. They are a pain to upgrade. I like it way better. Like I use a PC at work all the time, and I hate it. I really truly hate my computer at work, and I use it all the goddamn time. So I like it. R&D. Are you able to run Mojave on an old Mac? I don't know if this one is, and I know that like GeoStrabber has asked me before. I can't run the latest whatever update it is for Macs on this one, so I'm stuck on Yosemite. Oh, my computer dies as I look this up. Let's see. Memories 8 gigs. Where's the things? Storage, memory support services. I don't know. It's got red mountains on the background. It's a mid 2010. Ooh, I did not know that. What operating system am I running? I don't know. I don't know what operating system I am running. I don't remember. I don't. Yeah, I could get in some more storage if I wanted to, but you know, that's not happening right now. I don't remember. Whatever the Red Mountain one is. I don't know the name of that one. I just genuinely don't remember. Sierra. There we go. There's the name, Sierra. So yeah, I'm running Sierra. That's what I can run. That I don't think I can run the newer one. It's too old. My Mac's just too old for that. So I mean, she's getting there. She's been a good girl for 8 years now. And she, almost 9. She's really held up really well, and I like her. It's just, it's just a thing. When will the next longer harder be beer of the year? We could do that when I get back. I could pick a beer of the year. I think I know which one it'll be because I do have like my favorite that I found last February, and I still do have a can of it left, so I'd be willing to open it up for a beer of the year. But it'll be one that I did last February, March, if I remember right. Lots of fun. Year of the beer, why not? You should start thinking about sending the old girl updates to a Wyland party. What? Take her from behind. No, we're not gonna put her out of her misery. We're gonna buy a new computer. We're gonna buy a new Mac, and then I don't know what I'll do with her, but she's just getting up there. All right. Let's actually get to the thing that we're all here for. Not really, but just to watch World History Official explain something to us. So one of the things I do got to give World History Official like props to is that I do love her intro. Her intro is pretty cool. It's done well, which I like. So yeah, good for that.
And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the slope from Little America. And I think it's quite astonishing. Should be an area as big as that unexplored.
Go on, World History Official. Okay, your intro's a little too long, even if it's nice. It's just a thing. She just forgot the word "not." Oh yeah. Are we sure it's not from Go Gang? What? Gonna go for it. What was the beer of the week? The beer of the week was a nut brown ale. I found a German beer, and the name was not in English, so I'm assuming it was German. And it was wheat, but then it had a couple of other things in it that I know aren't on your purity list, you Puritans. So I didn't buy it because I thought you'd be disappointed in me, Gio. I don't remember what it was called, obviously, because I couldn't read it because it was in German. So that was a thing. Yeah. So brunette brown ale, yeah, it's terrible. I don't like it. It's pretty bad. I might switch beers.
Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, World History Official. In this video, I would like to discuss about artificial sun and moon which created by elite to gain greater control over humanity.
Well, we're off to a good start. So yeah, we get to hear World History Official's real voice. Just photograph the label next time, R&D. I will try. I'll try to do it. I had one plan to get like a German beer this week, but like I said, I can't turn my neck earlier, so you missed it. But I can't turn my neck, so I couldn't really drive, and my wife didn't want to drive all the way to the store where I usually get my beer, so I go to another store, and they didn't have as much of a nice of a selection, which is why I ended up with this crap. Okay, so yeah, we get to hear her real voice. It's kind of sexy. Too bad she's saying such dumb things. So yeah, we're off to a great start on the fake moon and fake sun. I'm glad that this beer is like super light and it's not going to kick my ass like some of the other ones, so that's a thing. All right.
By the way, not one person has the absolute right to claim their complete flat earth theory is the correct one, and that all else is confusion. But by working together, individually studying, debating, being open, and creating tangible pieces of work, we can find the truth together. Before I start, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon on my channel.
Wait. HSK, then you have passed me on the A45. What does the real voice remind me of? Debbie Duran, and Rhetoric is practically the same vein. Where does that name Debbie Duran? What's that name from? Oh, I have lots of questions. All the questions. Who's Debbie Duran? Her name sounds familiar. That's all.
If you enjoy, and also share this information to your family, your friends, and everyone. So, here we go.
All right, here we go. That was a very long intro.
The elite create an artificial sun and moon to gain greater control over humanity. The elite has a new way to increase their control over the inhabitants of the earth. Although global warming lacked the power of proof, they were still able to gather millions of gullible drones around this topic.
Well, we're gonna start off with the big guns. We're gonna start off with global warming. Ha. Yeah. So I guess according to World History Official, global warming isn't a thing, which is great. You know, um, except for the part where it is, and there's lots of studies showing it, and the consensus of like most anybody who studies a subject kind of agrees that it's not just a thing, but it's a human made thing. So yeah, but you know, you're a flat earther, so I'd always been very kind of confused, like so many other conspiracies, right? Like uh pretty much like every conspiracy, I'm always in the like why, like what does someone gain by say um promoting global warming? Like what do you gain by that? And why, like, so even if right, we pretend that the global warming, it turns out that in like 20 years we find out all climatologists ever were kind of in on this conspiracy to lie to us about global warming, right? Like everyone was in on it, and it was really never a thing. But because we listened to them, we ended up, you know, making our environment cleaner by not burning fossil fuels and by moving to, you know, green energy, renewable energies. And we ended up making all these big social changes that made us a world that doesn't pollute. Where exactly, like, what exactly was the harm in any of that? Like, what exactly did we lose by not having cars that burn fossil fuels? Like what? Even if we're wrong, what happened to it? It's just I would like to know that. And researching to Satan gains everything. Satan gains everything all the time. Um. Those sweet green energy bucks and something China. Yeah, like I don't understand. Like, so I would like to know. I really would like to know what is so wrong with not wanting to pollute the one planet that we have. So even if right, um, even if you're like the super religious kinds, because I know the super religious kinds are very much so against the idea of global warming, right? I've heard a lot of people. I've heard at least a lot of the super religious be against it. If you believe in that, right? If you believe in a god and that you have this this special place in the universe, and this is the one planet that was created for humans to live on, and it's the one planet, whether it be an actual planet or whether it be a flat plane or whatever have you, right? And it was created for humans, then why not take care of it? Like, I feel like that would be a more of an incentive to take care of this thing that is super special and that was made like just for you. Like, maybe be nicer to that thing that your creator gave you. That doesn't, like, I don't understand why you need to be a dick about it. Like, why ruin this thing that was made for you? It seems so weird to me. No, it's Cthulhu that gets everything. Let madness consume it all. Liberals have always had a lot of books full of BS. I could see that. Honestly, even if global warming was false, I would still want electric cars for, yes, less pollution and the instant torque. uh, um, like, it's just like that's what I would like to know, and I don't know. I doubt there's anyone super religious in my chat because I don't attract that kind of people. But I would really like to know what, like, from a religious point of view, why not take care of it? From a flat Earth point of view, because you know flat earthers have been telling me that forever, about how you know, this is special. The whole reason the Illuminati, Freemasons, whatever's want you to believe in the globe is so that you don't believe in God and you're no longer special and you're just a mindless drone, or whatever. If you truly believe that this is a special place that is unique and it exists by a special creator, why be a dick to it? Like, be nice to the plane that you got. Same thing with like all the I don't know. I can't wrap myself around it. He misreads all the comments all the time. I misread everything. The problem with electric cars is that they are too quiet. People don't hear them coming. Depends on who you're hitting with them. Actually, one of the things I was thinking about, because I was looking, not that I'm going to buy one anytime soon, but I was looking at like some of the newer electric motorcycles, which are, I mean, they're neat, they're fast and whatnot. And yeah, how quiet they are, and I'm not sure, at least for a motorcycle rider, I'm not sure I want that in a car, like, or in a motorcycle. Like, when like, there's something nice about feeling like, I understand that it's like I should get an electric car or motorcycle at some point in my life, but it's kind of nice to not. Religious atheist, perhaps, who knows? Are you saying that I'm only functionally illiterate? I could see that. Save this GeoStrubber video with with Debbie Duran. Oh, is that what it's from? Is that where I remember Debbie from? A GeoStrubber video. They're looking for ways to make electric cars louder. I mean, yeah, there's something guttural, animalistic. I don't know. There's something like very satisfying about like revving a car, revving a motorcycle. It's entirely like illogical, and it's just like it's satisfying on a very primal level, and I understand how unnecessary it is, but I still like it. I have her 550 kilometer range, 205 horsepower on the real wheels, all the torque and more space than a Passat with a tiny turning circle. Yeah, I don't actually. I can understand. Like I said, when it comes to cars, I actually do enjoy sort of like the quieter cars. Like when it comes to cars, I've ridden in I've driven in electric cars. I've ridden in electric cars. They're super nice when they're super quiet in a car. In a motorcycle, I don't know. Like I like the feeling of feeling the engine and hearing it. But it's a different kind of experience to drive a car than it is to ride a motorcycle. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. That's just where we are. They're not making louder because it sounds nice. They're not making it louder because it sounds nice. They're making them louder so that people don't get run over by a car they didn't hear coming. That's understandable, I suppose. Also, cars should maybe stop for pedestrians. I want flying cars. Flying cars would be nice. All right. Let's see. We'll listen to a little bit more of this nonsense here.
Furthermore, they have just stepped up their offensive by introducing a brand new strategy which depriving humanity. Not only they're poisoning the water, toxifying the air, and genetically modifying our foods, but they now have a plan to manipulate the lights in the sky.
This is such a weird combination of complaints. Like, okay, it's so weird to see you complain about everything at once. In one fell swoop, you're complaining about GMOs, toxifying the air, which I'm gonna assume is chemtrails. I don't know what you mean about poisoning the water. Again, like it's super weird from sort of the way, I guess the way I'm thinking about it is typically you have one side who doesn't give a damn about the environment, the side that rolls back EPA laws and does all that, and I don't think I have to be too much more specific than that for everyone to understand who I'm talking about. That rolls back the things that stop the water from being poisoned, and they're the same side that also doesn't believe in global warming, which makes me wonder, like, are you just kind of bitching at everyone at once, like you're all wrong? Which, I mean, I guess you can. Like, you don't have to take a side. You can just be like, everyone's wrong for everything. She means fluoride. Oh, okay. I suppose. So, but yeah, and then you have and then at the same time you have like the people who usually complain about GMOs tend not to be the same side that thinks that global warming's a farce. But maybe I'm wrong. People are dumb about GMOs. I have heard that people are pretty dumb. There was some study that said like, uh, goodness, what was it? Oh, and I have to figure out the study about GMOs. Um, somewhere like around like, oh, I'm gonna have to look this up because I'm entirely trying to bring it up from memory. But somewhere around like 60% of the U.S. Doesn't want any DNA in their food. Um, yeah, so that's real stupid. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. But I have heard that stat, and I'm gonna have to look it up when I get a chance about the new somewhere I put it on Twitter about people not wanting DNA in their food because DNA is bad for you and genetically modified and stuff. It's real dumb. It's real dumb shit, I tell you. We are fucking doomed as a species. We are. We are. I mean, it's like the chemical free people who, will complain about chemicals in the water or chemicals in anything and just don't understand what a chemical is. Let her start eating rocks. Better start eating rocks. God, I know. I don't know what they mean in anime. Lol, I just escaped a cell bio class. People need a damn basic education. I knew. I love my chemicals too. I do. I genuinely do. Chemicals are good for you. Or like the label everything GMO label everything, which like I don't like I the whole let's make sure that everything that's a GMO or everything that doesn't have a GMO gets labeled, which has made the GMO free label entirely meaningless. Like when you stick a GMO free label on water, your label is meaningless now because literally anything besides a very specific handful of things is going to be able to have that label regardless of whether that thing could actually be a genetically modified organism like water. You can't, I mean, you're not wrong about your water being free of genetically modified organisms, but that your label is meaningless at that point. She didn't want the cashier to learn the laser scanner. The cashier to use the laser scanner on her for food. I'm sure that that's a thing. I was once stuck in a line in the supermarket because the lady in front of me asked the cashier to type in all the article numbers into the system manually so the laser wouldn't touch her food. God damn, that is a whole lot of stupid. It's almost unfortunate we didn't talk about the Bloody Truth video because the Bloody Truth video is all about like how the 5G network, in case you don't know, the next generation of cell phone towers and cell phone network stuff, and how the government's going to use it to blow up your head, which also would have been, it's the same kind of ridiculous hysteria over things that aren't really a problem, that the World History Official is going on about here, with genetically modified foods and fluoridated water and chemicals, not liking lasers is incoherent. GMO is a legal term, not a scientific term. So all our food hasn't been genetically modified. All right, let's listen to a little bit more of this.
Made up of 149 lamps to simulate sunlight, the xenon-based light source was planted by scientists in the sky in 2017.
Wait, what? Was planted? It was planted in the sky. Okay. Made up of 149 lamps to simulate sunlight, the xenon-based light source was planted by scientists in the sky in 2017. So this already happened. This already happened, guys. Like we're a little late to the party here. I want to listen to a little bit more because I did see like a maybe a link, but probably not a link.
In an article from Wired.com, the $3.8 million array stands 50 feet tall and fills a 3-story building in Dulwich, Germany.
Oh, it's the Germans! I look at my computer to like stare at Geo. Geo, this is all your fault.
Scientists can focus the 350 kilowatt honeycomb of xenon stored up lamps on an area as small as 61 square inches and created 10,000 times the solar radiation that would otherwise shine on that spot. And the temperature on that spot, up to 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit.
So is this like a death laser? Geo, is this a death laser? Did Germany make a death laser out of light bulbs? Because that'd be kind of cool. Guys, I'll head out to Team Skepta's premiere. No, Geo, we need you here. This is where you're needed to explain your German death laser to us. I'm very confused by all of this. Is that what is this a death? I'm curious about this death laser thing. I don't know what the like. Okay. The array stands 50 feet tall and fills a 3-story building. That's really big. It also doesn't seem to be in the sky from what this is. Everyone can watch my video later. Stay in here. Like, I'm really curious. Sorry, I have to look this up because this is super crazy. Okay, let's see if World History Official actually has like a link on their thing, on her video about this. Come on, Geo, you need to explain your thing. I would really no, that's not what I want. I want to look up World History Official and see if this video has any like an actual link to the source of this article. I'm just like this is beyond amazing that such a thing exists. Which it also sounds like it's not anywhere, like it's just in a building somewhere. It's a death laser in a building, which makes it kind of useless. Oh God, how old is this video that I can't find it right away? This is no good. Flat Earth proof we never see coming. Flat Earth, you're magical. Yes, the Flat Earth. What is this video called again? Flat Earth warning. This is what newest Flat Earth. Some huge recent stories. God, there it is. Flat Earth warning. Nope. Okay. Nope. There's no links to anything in the video, so finding it isn't gonna be all that easy to find. Hello, philosophically godless. Is that Godless Iowan? Is that you? Hi. How's it going? I saw. If it is Godless Iowan, I saw this and I thought immediately of you. Which is there was a BW bug in front of me with that had a license plate that said bed bugs on it, which my wife and I was like, why would you advertise that? And then we noticed that they're from Iowa. They had an Iowa license plate. So, you know, I guess I made a whole joke about how Iowans are just very proud of their bed bugs. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. I constantly make fun of Iowa only because you're my neighbor. Oh, goodness. All right. So I would like to find out what this article is. I don't know if I will. And Geo has left us, so he can't explain German science to us. And I don't know what this is besides a death laser. I thought it was all about calm. I thought Iowa was all about corn. It is all about, I think it's all about corn, right? Like, oh, is that the article? Oh, look at that. It's wired for 2000, can put in link. Found Google quoting the screen caption. Nice. Let's see. We are going to, at least we're not Nebraska, I know, right? Like, I had so just while I look at this article a little bit, it might be. I mean, I'll try to put it on my screen too, because it's probably way more interesting than anything else. I had a friend. I have a friend who his first wife was from Iowa, and so he's got this like unnecessary hatred for Iowa now, just because his ex-wife is from Iowa, which is just hilarious. I mostly hate Iowa because I've driven through it like a handful of times, and it's an awful drive. But I've also driven through Nebraska, and that's also like an awful drive. Like, not gonna lie, Nebraska's no better to drive through than Iowa is. The only big difference between Iowa and Nebraska when it comes to driving, or not really, is that like I live in the only civilized part of Nebraska, which is Omaha, and like I'm pretty sure the rest of it is just like an uncivilized mess that I'm sure there's like some baby eating going on in the rest of Nebraska. Honestly, it's Nebraska's an interesting place. Okay, so I did get the okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? We're gonna turn that on just for a second, so that I'm not entirely, maybe a little bit, but not entirely, giving myself, doxing myself with this thing. As I very professionally work on getting the screen together while ignoring the chat because reasons. Oh goodness. Okay, there we go. Get that like that. Make sure that that's nice and high, and I think that should, yeah, there we go. All right, so all right, Guardian, I don't go away. Okay, so oh my goodness, so many goddamn ads. I hate the internet sometimes. What is with this stupid top part here? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the article says, "Let there be light. Germans switch on the largest artificial sun." Okay. Seems terrifying already, obviously, that we have an artificial sun, right? My beer is getting so low that I can't drink it without hurting myself. Oh goodness, that's no good. That's no good at all. Okay. So, eating babies. So Nebraska's full of atheists and stuff. No, they're just horrible people. Who needs to pay attention to that? We're just plotting to overthrow the annexation of Omaha. Honestly, only good part of Nebraska. Scientists hope experiment, which can generate temperatures around 3,500 C, will help develop carbon neutral fuel. Okay, so this is an experiment. This isn't so far something that's been stuck in the sky or anything. It's just like so far at least, it seems like it's just an experiment. German scientists are switching on the world's largest artificial light in the hope that the intense light source can be used to generate climate-friendly fuel. The sunlight experiment that's not a word I'm going to read, about 19 miles west of, I'm not going to read that one either, consists of 149 souped-up film protector spotlights and produces light about 10,000 times the intensity of natural sunlight on Earth. When the lights are swiveled and concentrated light in a single spot, the instrument can generate temperatures around 3,500 C, around 2 or 3 times the temperature of a blast furnace. Ooh. Hot. Omaha, the city that Peyton Manning brought out of obscurity. If that's true, then they also have Lincoln, but Lincoln sucks. Lincoln does suck. Yeah. You can't put it in the sky. It sounds like this isn't a thing you can put in the sky. Cologne is pronounced like the name is spelled. Cologne? Like the thing I put on me to not smell terrible? That? Like cologne? That one I can read if it's cologne. If it's anything besides that, I'm not reading it. If you went in the room when it was switched on, you'd be burned directly. Said Professor Bernard Hufschmidt, a research director at the German Aerospace Center, where the experiment is housed into a protective radiation chamber. The aim of the experiment is to come up with an optimal setup for concentrating natural sunlight to power a reaction to produce hydrogen fuel. Oh, that's super neat. That's kind of neat. Just like that. Okay, Cologne. I can do that one. Literally how you just said it. Good to know. Unfortunately, I have to go do Christmas stuff. Have a great stream. Thank you, Godless Iowan, for stopping me. And always friend. I will do the thing where I send you a message. And maybe because I know I've invited you on the stream and I just haven't had the time yet, but we will figure it out. Okay, so this, I guess it's gonna make hydrogen fuel, which is really cool. Solar power stations to use mirrors to focus sunlight onto water are already well established. These works by harnessing the heat from the sun to produce steam and turn turbines to generate electricity. Okay, so it's just a bigger version of that. It's a bigger version of just the mirrors that are used to make water boil. The Sunlight experiment is investigating the possibility that a similar setup could be used to power a reaction to extract hydrogen from water vapor, which could be used as a fuel source for airplanes and cars. Sunlight currently uses a vast amount of energy. Sunlight uses uses a vast amount of energy. 4 hours of operations consume as much electricity as a four-person household in a year. Woo! But scientists hope that in the future, natural sunlight can be used to produce hydrogen in a carbon-neutral way. We need 1 billion tons of hydrogen if we wanted to drive airplanes and cars on CO2 free fuel, said Harschmidt. Climate change is speeding up, and we need to speed up innovation. All right, well, that's cool. So not something that was put in the sky, unlike what World History Official would like us to know. And it sounds like it's more of an experiment than like I understand sort of where the idea of like an artificial sun came from, because the article calls it that, but it's not an artificial sun in the way that World History Official would have you believe. It's more just, it acts in the same way that the sun acts when we boil water using mirrors and stuff. It's not. All right, so you just didn't read it. That's it. We weren't allowed to go see it, but they told us what it was. So technically I saw it. Oh, that's cool. It's just a giant, it's a giant light bulb. That's cool. That's very cool. I like it. I don't know why you're bitching about this. Well, History Official, besides the fact that I'm pretty sure you never read the article, and just assumed that it was a German death laser, which honestly I did too until I read the article. So, all right. So let's see what else you got to say about this.
Scientists claim the manipulation of radiation comes in handy when you want to test solar radiation on things like satellites. However, solar radiation is also blamed as a cause of climate change by a group that governs solar radiation management, a glaring contradiction.
What? No. We Germans do like our death lasers. I don't blame you. I mean, more death lasers, right? Okay. So solar radiation is blamed for the cause of climate change. I mean, you're not 100% wrong, but you're definitely not right. It's like you can't have climate change without the sun, right? Because that's what heats up everything. But the actual cause for why climate change is happening now is CO2 emissions. I don't think that anyone's like, the sun's too bright, we need to like put shade on the earth so that it's not so hot. Like, no, I mean, no. It's a very weird way to put it. Temperature won't be enough. We need at least 30. I know. Oh my goodness. I know what lasers are, but what are lasers? She's technically correct. This is the best kind of correct. Like, I mean, you're not wrong. I can't say that you're wrong. It's just you're definitely not right. You just said a very stupid thing while not being wrong. Okay. So no. So no, the climate, so people don't blame the sun for climate change. People blame CO2 emissions, and pretty much every study on climate change points to CO2 emissions being the culprit of climate change. That's how that works. So so someone making a big sun-like thing isn't contradictory, because again, it's not the thing that is gonna, like, having a big old floating light bulb in the sky isn't the thing that's gonna make things worse. And again, this isn't even in the sky, so you were already on, because you got it wrong, like way back when you said it was planted in the sky. That was a downright lie. It's not in the sky. I mean, it's in a building. It's not flying in the sky, and it's a laser to it's more like a death laser to make hydrogen. And the goal of it is to make things greener. God. Even if the sun was the cause, making one to study its effects would still make sense. It's true. That is actually very true. That's actually a very good point. Okay. It's like saying that the Civil War was about secession. I blame the sun for plenty. You should. The sun is awful. All right, listen to a little bit more, and then we're going to take a break because I'm mostly out of beer, and I might switch beers because that beer, that was terrible beer.
The real question is, why add an artificial sun when the real sun has been the source of life on the planet?
Again, okay. So if you want to study, say, the sun, right, and you want to just from a studying point of view, right, just from like, let's make a sun or a simulated sun so that we could study how the sun affects things is already like not a bad idea. Like, to make, we do this all the time with other things, that we make smaller, more smaller models or smaller, things to scale, or ways that we can manipulate artificially and create things artificially so we can manipulate them, so that we can study this. Petri dishes are pretty much that. They're artificial. They're artificial, like, ecosystems, right? A petri dish or a greenhouse or really anything in the lab is an artificial version of the real thing, so that we can study the real thing in a more controlled way and in a way that's, cheaper and easier. So that might be a reason why, like, we want an artificial sun. If we want to study how the sun affects the earth, and if we have an artificial one that we can control, we have better control and can study it better. It has nothing to do with it being the source of life on the planet. That's just weird. Okay. We don't know. Oh no. We still haven't been able to make a scale model of your mom. Oh goodness. Okay.
Why add a tiny fixed sun when the large sun is magnitudes of degrees more powerful? Did the coming solar minimum and weak magnetic field worry meteorologists? The purpose? Control. False light. The government rolls out sun simulator and other technologies without discussion, and people are brainwashed into acceptance.
Have you... I'm annoyed at this because this is something that, like, I did in like elementary school, right? Like, you go in elementary school, you go to, like, the Natural History Museum, they have, like, those wave machines, right? Or at least in the Natural History Museum that I went to, they have, like, this wave machine, and you could set it to sort of show different kinds of waves, like the tides, and not really the tides, just different kinds of waves, and how waves work, and how waves, like, affect erosion, and how waves affect this and that. That is a simulated ocean. And yet we've had those for a while now, and nobody's saying, look, the government is making a simulated ocean to control us. You can go to, like, a water park and see, like, a wave machine, like a big one that has waves, and no one is like, oh no, the government is making a simulated ocean to control us. Making a smaller version of something else does not automatically entail that the government is trying to control you. Like, engineers do this all the time with like models of buildings, so they can, like, shake them, like, as if there was an earthquake, to see what parts of it will fall apart, or they'll make structures that like they'll pile dirt into the plexiglass container so they can see how water travels through it, and you can do experiments without having to go into the field and do them, because water physics is the same in this little tank that you can control as it is out in the dirt. This is, oh god, this is real dumb. I don't get it. Therefore, conspiracy. That's the only thing I can think of. Life isn't a thing that can have a source like light. It's a process. I poetically, I will give her that. Poetically, we say that, the sun is a source of life in sort of that poetic way of, like, without it, plants couldn't photosynthesize, and, poetically, I think, is where she misunderstood that. As At least I'm gonna hope that it's poetic and she doesn't like literally think that life comes from the sun. I just, because if that's the case, I just give up. Just imagine trying to figure out how different lighting conditions affect your rig, and then you need to wait for the weather to do what you want. Pretty much, right? Like just for this, right? Like, so say we want to improve the efficiency of solar panels, right? Um, and we want to test the efficiency of a solar panel on a nice bright sunny day and how much power a solar panel would work. Having a fake sun that could potentially, give you a result that analogous result to the real sun would give you an opportunity to test this out without having to wait for the weather to clear up for like a whole day of clear skies, or to fake cloudy skies, or what. Like, there are genuine uses for this that will help us understand things. I'm just oh god. That's like saying that because I work with breast cancer tissue, therefore I'm trying to make boobs. I guess. It's oh god. Uh all right, we're gonna stop. No, we're gonna take a break. We're not stopping. I gotta take a break. I can't handle this no more. So we can take a break. I'm gonna go refill my beer. We'll be back in a little bit to discuss more of this nonsense. You all have fun in the chat. We'll be right back.
Everybody's stuck in the moment. This feeling's got us flying so high. Nobody really knows where they're going, but as long as we are here, we are right. Free from all the pain, from all the sorrow, free from all the rain, 'cause there won't be tomorrow. Nobody really knows where we're going, but as long as we're here, we gon' be loving this moment. This feeling's got us flying so high. Nobody really knows where they're going, but as long as we are here, we are right. Free from all the pain, from all the sorrow, free from all the rain, 'cause there will be tomorrow. Nobody really knows where we're going, but as long as we're here, we're gonna be loving this moment.
All right, everyone, we're back. Oh, there we go. Back with more nonsense. This is the best. All right. I guess we can just keep going. I got more beer, but I regret it. This is just not a good beer. But it's the only thing I got. It's the only thing I got to get me through this video. Oh goodness. Hello, Luke. How are you? I hope you're having yourself a great day. God, I regret my life choices today.
No one considers that climate change is climate manipulation. No one considers if the false sun is there to purposely block the real sun.
I just don't. It's in a building. It's in a building. I really, lady, I really want to know how a fake sun inside of a building in Germany is going to block the sun. Like, I really want to know how any of this works. How this building in Germany is going to block the sun for you. What is the current stupid level? I went from hand fabbing to like outright just slapping my desk. Maybe the building is held up with strings. Everything about that. I want to know. I mean, a bright light makes other lights harder to see. Is that how that works? Is that how that's gonna work? I don't know. We're at 1 Jared. Is that how we're? Is that how we're? We need a metric system for this. I like it. Okay. Yeah. Is this more than 1 Jared? Is this like a Jared and a half? Is that where we're at?
Weather modification has been ongoing for over a century.
Oh yeah.
A newspaper article show a geoengineering timeline going back to the 18th century using cloud seeding before aerial spraying.
Oh yeah, definitely a thing. God, I shouldn't talk about this because my wife has told me not to talk about this, but entirely because she told me not to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna do this. This person will remain as nameless as humanly possible. But if you live in the Midwest of the U.S., there's this power plant called the Mid-American Center Power Plant or something. Mid-American Power Plant, right? When I was on vacation, the last time I went on vacation to Denver, I had to drive around a bunch of people with me, and one of the people on this trip was telling us all about how the government was using this power plant to control the weather, and his evidence for it was that on cold mornings you can see like steam coming off of the power plant, and it looks like clouds, and then like if you pay really close attention, like it goes and it forms clouds. Therefore, they're controlling the weather with steam coming off of this power plant. Okay. Did you know that if you stare at the sun, it will eventually turn off? I made a rainbow with a water hose once. Was I playing God? Definitely. And I think more than likely the rainbow that you made was to make sure that you covered up all of the rainbows in the world. I'm fairly certain about that. It's literally a cloud factory. That's them just making clouds to control the weather. And that's why we haven't had a lot of snow in Nebraska over the last few years, and the weather's been getting abnormally sort of off in Nebraska. nothing to do with climate change, but entirely everything to do with this one facility in the middle of the U.S. Standardization and bastardization of science for science. Tricky task. One gerund has to be the empirical because the empirical system is too stupid. I can live with that. So we're gonna have an imperial system of stupid, and we're like one gerund will be like we'll divide it like one gerund is like 13 what, like 13 bloody truths, and each bloody truth is like 2 Mr. Thrive and Survives. No, 2 Anthony Rileys. Anthony Rileys has to be like the smallest unit. Like 1 Anthony Riley is the smallest unit. 1 Riley. So we start with 1 Riley. Right? So 1 Riley. You put 2 Rileys together, you get one Thrive and Survive. No, 1 Orphan Red. 2 Rileys equal 1 Orphan Red. There we go. 2 Rileys equal 1 Orphan Red. You get 4 Orphan Reds, then you get 1 Mr. Thrive and Survive, and then you get like 6 Mr. Thrive and Survives, and you get 1 Jaren. I like that. There we go. That's how we'll do it. And in not groups of 10, in a nice empirical fashion that makes no goddamn sense. Jaren should be like a Kelvin scale, like 0 Kelvin doesn't, like everything stops, and like there's an absolute of them, and like Jaren is the highest or the lowest you can be. IS is the scale logarithmic. This scale is just a scale. It's just a yeah. We'll make it like that. I like this scale. I need 2 Orphan Reds and 1 Riley. Where are the Pete and Peters on this scale? Where would the Petes and Peters be on this scale? That's a good question. I don't know. Like half a Jaren is a Pete and the other half's a Peter. Like, I'll be okay with that. Zero's a theoretical non-stupid that can never be reached. I like it. Oh goodness. All right, let's keep going with this. I think we've hit the 1 Jaren threshold here. Let's see how much more we can get out of this.
While social engineers create control opposition by blaming conspiracy theories for a cover-up, there is no government cover-up. If anyone can find documents disclosing the weather agenda on the internet.
There's no government. Okay, fine.
The United States Air Force produced a revealing document in 1995 entitled Weather as a Force Multiplier, Owning the Weather. No one owns the weather. Government is complicit in spraying population for experimentation.
Is that a real thing? Is that a real document? I want to know if that's actually a real document. I guess we can look it up. Weather as a force multiplier, owning the weather. A real thing. Let's see. We'll go here. Bam. Death laser. Let's see. Weather. Whoops. Can't spell weather today. Weather as a force multiplier. Oh, look at this. Archive.org. There's a PDF to this that you want me to donate to. Weather's a force multiplier, owning the weather in 2025 is the name of the article. By the USAF, Air University, Air Command, and Staff College. Is there a synopsis of this? There isn't a synopsis of this. Oh, there it is. The purpose of this paper is to outline a strategy for the use of future weather modification systems to achieve military objectives rather than to provide a detailed technical roadmap. Popular among conspiracy theorists. Well, there you go. Oh, goodness. I don't want to read it, though. I think they make graphics with the empirical Jeranism scale chart just because it has to exist. Yes, can we do this? Can we make a graphical interpretation of a Jaren? Uh, okay. Maybe they were meant poning the weather. Maybe they were meant poning the weather.
Owning the weather. No one owns the weather. Government is complicit in spraying population for experimentation. Nanochips and smart dust are the new technological means for the advancement of the human microchipping agenda. It is governmental control with implied consent that harms the planet and all life.
Nanochips and smart dust are the new technological means for an advancement of the human microchipping agenda. I feel like this microchipping agenda has been like a thing since the early 2000s. It's just never come to fruition. How does she not forget to breathe? I know, right? It's a governmental control with implied consent that harms the planet and all life. How does microchipping harm the whole planet and all life? That I'm curious about. I'm really curious about the microchipping because honestly, like that's something I would like. Like if I could have like my bank account and a microchip on me, that would be awesome. Because I lose my wallet all the time. Also, does drinking alcohol count as research? I think it does. I think we're all well-researched individuals in this hangout. Does with a higher IQ than this woman. Oh no! Stop stealing my chips. I don't know. I thought it'd be pretty neat to have like some identification like on me microchipped. Like I think it'd be great. Just so that you can like open doors, open your car, whatever. Like we kind of have something similar with our phones now that our phones like carry bank information on them, as well as like, you can use them to get onto airplanes and whatnot. So you still have to have like a government ID, but it's, I like it. Microchipping is a privacy concern, sure, but it's not hurting the Beavers. That's true. Does it hurt to be hurt micro Beavers? I don't know.
Politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Toxicity is a driving force of illness on Earth and her inhabitants. Over the centuries and the last decades, despite government regulation to cut toxic emissions, exposure have only increased.
What? No. Oh no. You should go look up you should go look up pictures of like, where was it? Was it in London that like rivers were just like catching on fire because there was so much like crap in them? They just caught on fire all the time. Look, I saw somewhere there's some really neat pictures of LA like before emissions like laws went into place and afterwards, and how much like LA is still disgusting, mind you, but how much cleaner the air is in LA now than it was like before any of those laws came in. Like there's oh my goodness, there's evidence showing how much less toxic shit there is in our environment thanks to all the laws that have been put in place to prevent people from doing it. Oh my goodness. Why are they allowing you to tell us any of this? It's true. I think you're thinking of the River Ock in Ankh-Morpork Park. Is that what I'm thinking? I know there's a thing. Rivers still catch on fire. Fracking has had some really bad supervision at points. Yes. Why would the government try to make us sick? Why would the government do like, I don't understand. Like I'm not one to be like government is like super cool and good all the time, right? I'm not a fucking Boy Scout about it. But the alternative that you're providing here, World History Official, is ridiculous. Especially this idea that somehow we have more toxins in the air now than we did when we literally, like, when we have pictures where you literally couldn't see because there was so much crap in the air. And again, rivers on fire. We have evidence showing that you're very wrong about the level of toxicity that we are exposed to nowadays, as opposed to like the Industrial Revolution of of Europe and America. Jelly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to king shame them. Oh no. There is more toxicity now than we just shoved radium into everything. Oh goodness.
Now China plans to launch an artificial moon into space. China claims their moon to be 8 times brighter than the light of the silvery moon. Is there a war in heaven as on earth?
No, it's just World History Official, right? I don't like. So I did actually read this article, and the article, I don't have it, but I did read it after someone sent it to me. The article is actually like a legitimately China said that they were going to put some sort of satellite in space that was pretty much going to reflect the sunlight around it onto big cities, so that the purpose of it, according to the article, was so that you could have like street lamps and stuff turned off. You wouldn't need street lamps at night and whatnots. And since it was a satellite, pretty much using mirrors to focus light onto specific cities, it would be, you'd only have to pay for the cost of like launching the satellite up there and the fuel. And then once it's up there, you know, whatever fuel you have to use to sort of maintain it over it, and that's about it. We will make a fake moon to show the capitalist. So I mean, I think I don't know if it's a good idea to do it. It hasn't been done. There hasn't really been anything besides like the Chinese government saying that they're gonna do it. I don't know how much you should believe the Chinese government when they say they're gonna do a thing. Like, you know, for all you know, they're just boasting about something that they'll never be able to do or accomplish, but they're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna do it, guys. But that was like all the article had to it. It really didn't have like an actual explanation of the technology. It didn't have any, you know, proposed. I think it might have had a proposed like year for it was going to happen, but it's way off, like 2025 or something. I have been on an expedition to discover what is at the bottom of the flat Earth. I can now reveal that it's a sticker saying, "Please turn over." Haha. If the Chinese make a fake moon, Trump is going to legit make a fake sun. I know. That's actually a really good point. Okay.
As above, so below. Is there a celestial theme? Is the fake moon a cover for another illusion? Many in the space program claim we cannot fly to the moon or leave Earth's orbit unless we build systems that can withstand the radiation of the Van Allen belts.
No. And I don't really feel like talking about the Van Allen belt because pretty much you had like one guy who didn't misspeak. He just spoke in a way that flat earthers don't understand about the Van Allen belt and about how, you know, in order for people to go there, we're trying to figure out, you know, a different way to protect individuals from going up there. It's not impossible to get through it. You're just yes, but they're talking about electronics. I hate it when people take people out of, not necessarily out of context, but deliberately misunderstand the things that people say. Like, it depresses me so much that that scientists can't talk in any, you know, amount of flowery language or hyperbole of any way, shape, or form without having people like World History Official here entirely misconstrued the meaning of their words. Like, you should be able to say these things without having idiots misrepresent what you say.
They're talking about the same moon that President Nixon called in 1969 after the recorded lunar landing. Didn't astronaut Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins travel safely through the Van Allen belts without any protection except for a thin shield of aluminum from Apollo 11's Eagle and the material of their spacesuits?
You can't use analogies because people will turn the actual point and pretend it's supposed to be a literal one. It's true. And then when they talk about clinical language, they are called boring. It's true. That's all really, like, it's really awful because like the best way to explain science things to the layman is to use, analogies and flowery language, like, but you really can't do that without having somebody, like the whole pear-shaped earth thing, like very clearly not a literal sentence, but how many times have flat earthers been like, Neil deGrasse Tyson thinks the earth is a pear? No, like it's very, very clearly metaphorical language and not meant to be taken literally. And even the explanation given, oh God, the explanation given for the Van Allen belt and why we can't go through it isn't that we can't go through it. Obviously, clearly we can. Is that we're trying to figure out a new way to get technology that they didn't have back in the 60s through this belt in, a different way. They're trying to improve things, god damn it. Also, from like, I'm very confused about this whole conspiracy thing now, because if you're gonna have a conspiracy about space and stuff, why even have a Van Allen belt, right? Like, if you want to say that you can get people to the moon, then why even come up with a Van Allen belt, right? Like, if you're running this conspiracy, why even say that there's such a thing as a Van Allen belt? What does that accomplish you besides the fact that now people can be like, oh, you can't make it through the Van Allen belt? Why are there even contradictions if this whole thing is a conspiracy? I'm very confused. Modern electronics hate charged particles, to say the least. Also, NASA just doesn't have the 10th of the budget that they did during the Apollo for that matter. Spaceflight. Everything just takes longer. How does the belt even work on a flat Earth? How does any... Yeah, there's so many... All the questions. See all the questions we got? We have so many questions.
According to astronaut Buzz Aldrin, they never landed on the moon in the first place. This is corroborated by astronaut Don Petit in an interview where he states, "We don't have the technology to do that anymore." By his comments, does he not mock all Americans?
Again, I'm just super curious as to how such an elaborate hoax can have so many holes in it. Like it's super elaborate and super complicated, and yet somebody let Don Petit say stupid shit, and not that he actually said stupid shit, right? Conspiracy wise, like somebody was like, hey, we should let this guy go up there and say stupid nonsense, and then not make sure that we edit the footage before it's released, not make sure that we comb through it to make sure he didn't say anything that would give us away. Oh no, just let him say stupid shit and go out there, and I'm sure no one will notice our conspiracy thing. I'm sure Buzz Aldrin never actually said that we didn't go to the moon.
William Shatner said, "Science and science fiction are essentially the same."
Oh, guys, they got us. They got us. Captain Kirk said that science and science fiction are essentially the same. I mean, he's obviously William Shatner, and his Hotels.com commercials is definitely an authority on this because Captain Kirk did, I know. But you know what I mean. It's William Shatner. It's just William Shatner said it, right? Like, that's that authority of William Shatner. Just that's all you need. That's all you need. I'm not surprised. Is that why you're insulted? Because Shatner's an idiot and Captain Kirk isn't? Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry that I insulted Star Trek. I was called it Star Wars. I've said dumber shit when I'm drunk. That's probably true. do they know he's an actor? I don't know if they know he's an actor. I wonder if they think like Star Trek is like a documentary, like it's the first reality show, and that's how space works, I guess.
To support this theory, in 2015, NASA begins testing a habitation model connected to a long-haul crew capsule in cislunar space for space travel in 2020s. Cislunar means situated between the Earth and the Moon. If we've already landed on the Moon, why not just build a base there? Is it because we have not been to the Moon and we cannot land there?
Because going to the moon takes a long time. Like, it takes days, right? It takes like 3 days. Like, I think it took Apollo like 3 days to get there. If I remember right, and I could be off on that one. I probably am. Like, why would you build something really far away to test something? Why not build it close by? So that you can, like, test it quicker? Like, so imagine you have to send this test up, and instead of why would you make it further away, right? Like you send this test up, you're like, oh, we're gonna send it all the way to the moon, and then have it sent back to you, or have the reading sent back to you like 3 days later, as opposed to sending it up and having it set up in a day or two. Why? Like I'm just very confused as to why you think doing it at the moon would be more practical. Like doing it way further away is more practical than doing it close by. I'm super curious as to why you think the moon is a better place to do any of this at all. Like monetarily, just logistically, anything. Why it's better. What? But why don't we just pop up in the moon for a second? I know, right? I'm gonna have to go watch Buzz Aldrin punch Bart Sabro, all that to make this stupid go away. I know, right? Moon experiments are cooler. Oh goodness, it's just I just want to know why you think one is better than the other.
The reason the moon would be off limits is that it is not what it seems to be. One theory supports a moon that is a hollowed-out planetoid brought here by another race long ago, or a satellite with a hollow hull.
I also want to point out, in case nobody remembers this, and I do, that at some point, World History Official, because I made a video about her earlier, thinks that the Earth is like a hologram of some sort, but now it's a hollow spaceship. Now it's a hollow spaceship. It's just... Did any of you ever watch Beast Wars, and how, like, just spoiler alerts for the first season, I guess, of this like 20-year-old TV show? They're on Earth in the past, and there's 2 moons, and then one of the moons ends up being a spaceship, like a giant alien death weapon. I just thought of that. Like just because some wacko on the internet thinks that thinks that the moon is a hollowed out satellite or a spaceship or whatever, doesn't actually mean that you have any evidence for this besides the fact that you're just saying that it is. What show was that? Beast Wars. Yeah, Beast Wars. Season 1. The moon turned out to be a giant space laser. The moon is made from Fumadun cheese. Firm under Eric Dubé's Belland. Oh no. Beast Wars. Beast Wars was great. Love that show.
Another theory is that the moon is holographic.
Oh, what is that?
Is all of this coming out of the vanity of man's imagination?
Yes. I'm gonna go with a yes. It is going out of your imagination. You have no evidence to think that the moon is a hologram or that it's anything other than like a rock. It's like a really big rock in space, because that fits the best explanations.
Just as the vanity of man's imagination led him to construct the Tower of Babel, today man's imagination leads him to construct weather modification devices.
The moon is a giant robot. Your giant robot in to beat another giant robot. Gurren Lagann reference. I love it. Oh, Gurren Lagann was great. Also, yeah, giant robots. God, good reference. I'll take it. I don't know. Tower of Babel. I don't even know anymore. I honestly don't. I don't even know what to think. Like, there's so much being spat out right now. Like, there's so much dumb being spat out right now about the Earth being a spaceship or a hologram or whatever without any evidence that I can't even. All I can say about it is no, it's not. And it's not because you have to actually back up saying that it's a spaceship with some amount of evidence. You can't just say that it's a theory. Like, great, it's a theory. It's somebody, or what, colloquially, it's a theory, and somebody decided to come up with this. That gives it absolutely no validity whatsoever as to whether it's correct or not. It's just it tells you nothing besides someone on the internet came up with this wacky idea that the Earth is, or the moon is hollow, or that the moon's a satellite that's hollow, or it's an alien spaceship thing. That's all you got. You got just like claims, and I can't debunk you because you don't provide any argument for why you're right. You just say that you're right. And so I'm just gonna dismiss it and call you crazy because that's way easier. Even Sperensine makes more sense than this. Oh God, let's not.
God desires that we use our imagination for good. However, just as in the days of Noah, the intent of mankind's heart is only evil continually.
Again, why? Control Alt Delete.
Who will save us? The only hope that we have is to put our trust in Jesus Christ. The Word of God tells us that when we trust Jesus Christ to be our Lord, we live on into the next age.
Okay. I get a feeling we're just gonna go into God talk for a little bit here.
For God to love the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have eternal life. John chapter 3 verse 16.
I need more beer. Besides the fact that this beer doesn't taste very good, it's also only 4% alcohol, which isn't helping. Brain.exe has stopped responding. Would you like to send a report?
With all of the evil mankind is planning, it is clear that we need to plan for the new age to come. An age in which we will not perish, but have everlasting life through Jesus Christ. An age in which there.
So okay, so if this is your angle now, Miss World History Official, if this is your angle, that I should, if this is your angle, right? That that the that the oh God, I forgot my thoughts. That all you need is Jesus, like, right, like that's your angle. All you need is Jesus. Then why does it remotely matter whether the government is making a fake sun, a fake moon, controlling the weather, or whatever? At the end of the day, that's unimportant, right? Like, all you need is to believe in Jesus, and that's it. Like, that's all you need. So what if the government is making a fake moon? How does that affect your belief in Jesus or your non-belief in Jesus or whatever? Any scientific evidence for the globe in here? I search, but nothing. This isn't. We're not. I don't really think we're talking about the flat Earth right now, my pear-shaped friend. We're talking about Jesus. And you probably showed up to the wrong video to ask that question. Maybe probably someone in the chat will have something for you, but like this isn't you kind of at the not really the subject. That's all. That's all I'm saying. It's just it's not the subject of what we're talking about. If the chat wants to deal with you, they can, but we're talking about Jesus at the moment.
There will be no more wicked men defying God and spreading chaos. Won't you trust Christ today? Ask Him to save you. The Bible says that whoever calls on the name of Jesus will be saved.
So thank you for making my point for me, Worthless Official. If that's all you need, then why does any of this all matter? And I'm very serious about this question that you're not going to answer. Like how do you anything? I just why does it matter that the government is doing all this thing? Is all you if all you need is to believe? Here I am. The Earth is a prima facie. It doesn't carry a burden of proof. No, it does. The burden of proof is on those who make claims. So,
Call His name today. Say, Lord Jesus, I am a sinner. Please forgive me for my.
I'm sorry. I should modify that. Just saying that your side doesn't carry the burden of proof doesn't actually mean that it doesn't. Like I could say the same thing about the globe Earth and be like, no, the globe Earth doesn't is primal knowledge or whatever, super pretentious language you used. I could say the same thing, but that doesn't actually make it not the case. Like you still have to present evidence. Just saying that you don't have to doesn't mean you don't have to. You still do. That's not how any of that works.
My sins. Come into my heart and be my Lord today. Okay, so that's all for today's video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any updates.
Okay, can we consider this video finished so that we can reward ourselves with some? I'm done. I'm very done. Random off topic. I actually make this empirical Darwinism scale in Photoshop. Yes, we have our Darwinism scale. Woot! All right, boobs. Yeah, we won. We won today. This is it's just too much silliness in one day. Oh, that's the wrong tab. Oh goodness, it's too silly. It's just. I really don't know what to say to all of this silliness. Let's try. No. Bam. Did I hit the right button? Nope. Bam. Nope. Can't hit buttons today apparently. There we go. Yeah, this is just a lot of serious. Once again, avoided the point. So the Earth is prima facie. Mountains are visible from extreme distances. I don't have to prove that they aren't holograms. No, you don't. That's really dumb. Water needs to be contained or it will flow away. Prima facie, human experience. What? No, honestly, I are you just Mr. Pear Earth? If you're just gonna sit here, I mean, I'm gonna let you. I don't particularly care. But if you're just gonna sit here and just demand things of others while providing nothing yourself, there's a whole lot of intellectual dishonesty going on there, like demanding that other people give you something when you yourself are not willing to, provide any evidence yourself is rather intellectually dishonest of you. How about that? The Earth doesn't carry the burden of proof. The Earth is obviously and observably flat. No, I mean, it's not observably flat, but, again, just saying that you don't have to provide evidence doesn't actually mean you don't have to provide evidence. That's all. You're just wrong on that case. You can say all you want that you don't have to, but that doesn't mean you don't have to. You still do at least if you want to make a claim. Otherwise, if you're just gonna say things without evidence, no one is going to be no one's going to be in the wrong for ignoring you and not providing you evidence and just sort of, letting it be. Okay, we finished and we're at an awkward time, but I think we'll end up being done, even though we didn't quite get to do the whole 2 hours. I still have to do some adult stuff today, I think. So, we're gonna be done for the day, for the year. This is it, you all. We have made it. We have made it a year with Longer and Harder. I got real short there. I gotta learn how not to slouch. God, I'm slouchy. Such a slouchy guy. We made it a whole year with Longer and Harder. I don't want to get like super sentimental or anything, but this has been a lot of fun getting the show started. It did start last year, sometime in September, October. It started last year, and it has been a whole lot of fun since the show started. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, especially to my patrons, because they are fucking awesome. Each and every one of you are amazing. Thank you very much for all your pledges. Thank you everyone who donates. Thank you everyone who watches and just sort of shows up and hangs out. Thank you for all of you who are here every week, enjoying this silliness with me. I greatly appreciate it. You are all amazing people. I'm gonna leave Pear-Shaped Earth to deal with all these people. But we're gonna end it here. Like I said, this is it. This is it for the year. I will see you all again, not next week. It'll be a while since the next time we'll be together, but sometime in January we'll get back together, and I will hopefully I'll be back in a little while. Stick around the channel. I will be releasing the quickie for this week in just a few minutes here. So you get to watch Anthony Riley make a fool out of himself. It's great. It's wonderful. Thank you all very much. Have yourselves a wonderful Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the things. Enjoy whatever. Have a good dinner. Have a good Sunday. Have a good time. I will see you all next time.